Hey guys, how's it going? So we had a couple people who were asking me about the Morphe brushes. I have shown all the Morphe brushes that I have in past hauls and stuff, but I wanted to talk about them a little bit more in depth as far as how I felt about them now that I've had them for a couple months, and then I will show them also again to you so that you kind of know what they look like and you know, have a little bit more of a feel for them as far as like I'll press them against my hand and stuff so you can see their bend and stuff like that. So I have 3 of their face brushes. The first one is the G30 contouring brush. It looks like this. And it is super skinny. This is the end of it. Hopefully you're getting that. This is awesome for contouring. This just like chisels perfectly if you're into that. I tend to contour on my own time and not when I'm gonna film, because you guys don't need to see the hot mess that I've become. I'm still learning. So I have enjoyed using this brush. Also, you'll note that it's super clean looking. And that's because these brushes clean really, really well. It's fairly dense, as you can see. As I push on it, let me get you focused there. So I can push on it like this. It's fairly dense. It's really soft. All of Morphe's brushes are super soft. I've never had one shed on me. They're not quite as soft as, say, like the Wayne Goss brushes, but those are like way out of the price range, and also they're kind of dream brushes. So I do have a bunch of those, and I can do a review on those too if you'd like to see them, but they're a lot higher of a price point. These brushes, I think this was probably $12 or so, not a lot of money. Most of Morphe's brushes are fairly cheap. I think all the blending brushes that I have were under $5. I got some at iMats for sure, but I ordered them online too, and Morphe always has discount codes. You can find them on the internet places. I know that like Adopt Love will get you a 10% discount code for Morphe because they're into animal adoption. This is the G8 brush. So my hands are huge, so this is actually a very big brush. Let me compare it to my face for you. And it is fairly dense, but not crazy. It's a great brush for applying foundation to get like sort of blurred edges with this tapered design. I have also used this to do many things. I've used it to apply blush when I've had a really light blush that needed to go on and I needed to pack in color more. I've actually used this brush and it worked really, really well for that. I've used it to buff out bronzer. I've used it to, I've actually even used it to get in here and like deal with this section of highlighting concealer. But there's another brush that does a little bit better for that, which is a little bit more dense, and that is the G1. The G stands for gunmetal. It's their gunmetal collection. This brush is super dense. I don't know that I have a brush that's actually as dense as this brush, and the hairs are very short. It is still very soft for how like firm it is. This one is great for buffing in concealer. It's great for buffing out foundation on your nose. I use this kind of as a multitasker. Anytime you have cream products that need a small buff out, like in here, if you have a cream contour, this is a great brush for that. I'm not sure actually what they decided that this should be used for, but I use it for like a million different tasks. So both of these I kind of use as multitasker tools. Then we have all the blending brushes, because I love blending brushes. Let me get dust from my desk off. These are they. First I'll talk about this one. It's also from the Gunmetal collection. This is the G17. And when I went to iMats, I asked them what are their best brushes, and they told me this Gunmetal collection was at the time. Subsequently, they've come out with a blending brush line. I think it's called maybe the Perfection line or something like that. And those look awesome, and I cannot wait to get those. Possibly at the beginning of next month or so I'll be getting some of those. It's a budget problem because I kind of can't just do one, I need to do them all. Anyway, this brush is fairly stiff, but it's not crazy stiff. It's an awesome blending brush. It has a huge head, and as you can see, I'm trying to get this Hopefully that's coming across to you how big this head is. Here it is in comparison to my eye. I use this one a lot for once my eyeshadows are on, doing a final blend with this as a clean brush. I find that this one works really, really well for that. I have a couple in my arsenal that do that specific thing, and this one is one of the ones that I prefer for that purpose. Okay, so let me give you the M brushes first. This is an S, this is a B, this is a B, and this is an S. Okay, so here are the two M brushes. I do not know what the M stands for. The black one is an M330 and the white one is an M441. I have two of these. I do like them. This is actually a fairly stiff brush also. This one has a lot more give to it, and I'll demo each one of these by themselves. This one has a big head, but not nearly as big as the last one. It's a lot looser packed, as you can see. You can get a lot more bend out of it. And it's also, I wouldn't say like it's less soft per se, but it is definitely a different type of hair. It's not scratchy in any way, but it does a little bit more of a firm job than the last brush as far as like blending out. So it's probably for more like precise blending, like where you want it thinner line, where you don't want it so diffused. This is a good one for that. This is the M330. I own 5 of these. And that'll tell you how much I love them. This is super bendy, as you can see. It is very loose. It is very fluffy. It does have a fair number of bristles, but it's definitely not super dense. It also has a bunch of weird angles on it, which I like for blending out my crease. Like specifically just getting up in there and blending the crease out. It's a fantastic one for that. It also applies shadow to your crease really well. I don't actually use another brush for that. I just pick it up with my blending brush and roll it right on. And I really like it for that. I would say that I have a few brushes that are holy grail, and this M330 is in that realm. So if you're going to buy one blending brush from Morphe, the M330 is my personal recommendation. These are the S brushes. This is the S27. It has a sort of domey head, which I like, and flares out just a little bit. It is also very flexible. And at the very tip though, when you go straight on with it, it is firm. So while I can push it down to get more bend out of it, if I go in it with a light hand, it gets a really nice firm brush. You know, like it doesn't have too much give to it. It definitely holds its own against your hand, which I really like. This is the S21. Looks like this. It is half paddle brush, half blending brush. So as you can see, it's got a pinched ferrule. I use this a lot for applying and then blending out on my lid and up into my crease. I really like this brush. I think it's perfectly designed for that task. And lastly, we have the B brushes. I think that means that these are badger hair, but I'm not positive. This is the B81. It has a fairly large head. It's good for very like broad jobs. Like this is not a precise brush at all. It is actually significantly stiffer than the rest. It's not scratchy, but it is definitely a coarser type of hair. It doesn't bend nearly as much, like I can't get it to give in the same way I could the last ones. And this is the B80. This is a very precise brush. This is like a pencil blender, which I really like. It's very precise. It has this pointy tip right here. It is a little bit less dense than the last one. It's a little softer, and it has more give to it. Anyway, my general thoughts on the Morphe brushes are, of course, I love them. I love their eyeshadows also. I think that their products are very well made. These guys don't shed on me. They clean really nicely. I've never had a problem with one. I'm really hard on my brushes because I wash them so much. So I'm pretty critical about how they hold up, and these guys do a really great job. Anyway, I hope that this review was helpful for you. If you guys have any comments on Morphe brushes, please leave them down below. If you have any more questions as well, feel free to subscribe. Here are my Twitter and my Instagram in case you would like to contact me on those platforms. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!